hello. Where have you guys been? No, where have I been? I hope everybody's doing well. I just popping on to let you know I am still here. I am still here. I don't come on as much. A lot of times if I really don't have anything to say and don't want to get involved with some of the foolish shit goes on around here, I just don't even come on and say nothing unless I got a good story. Hey, Kim, hey, Josh, what's going on, baby? Melissa, how are you, baby? I have been here, you guys. I just haven't been going live very much. I am working on some stuff on my computer, some editing, and I'm trying to get some other stuff going for the crime stuff I want to do. I'm not very interested in what's going on, too much around here. Yes, I have been watching some up in the bushes. I run in somebody's live and I run out. I don't stay very long because it's not very interesting to me. These storylines, you guys, I don't know about you, but I am a very suspicious person, and I think a lot of this be bullshit. I think it be money plays and attention seeking for clicks and views, and I get it because that's what keeps the entertainment going. Now, I did listen to a little bit of the vacation, not vacation, and I do want to say something about that. But let me start off with Shanquilla Robinson. I was telling Diva today when they announced that the United States didn't pick this case up and that they weren't going to prosecute anyone. But I knew that. For one, it didn't happen in the United States and it happened in Mexico. And if their government didn't want to do anything about it, then of course we wasn't able to do anything about it because it wasn't in our jurisdiction. And that's how it goes. And hey, Purple Baby, how are you? And so I knew that this case will be resolved just the way it was, with no one being persecuted. And it's sad, but it's true that when it comes to women and men of color, boys and girls of color, is not very much that's going to be done anyway. They're not going to put a lot of money and effort into trying to indict people when it's left up, when it happens to us. And that's just the fact of the matter. So I didn't believe they was going to do anything about it in the beginning. And I think I had said that on one of my lives that, hey, they're not going to do anything about that. This murder is going to go unsolved, even though they know the people who did it or the people who was around. You have to remember that the Mexican government made mistakes. So they didn't want to take responsibility or accountability for their mistakes. So you knew they wasn't going to pass it over to the United States. And again, we don't cross the lines a lot of times when it comes to things like that. So I got the results that I thought we would get. Unfortunately, no one will be charged for that. Now, whether those people could sleep at night, I know I wouldn't be able to sleep at night for the rest of my life if I had caused such heinous crime like that. I wouldn't be able to sleep. But some people are just monsters, pure monsters. And so perhaps it doesn't bother them. But it would bother me knowing that something happened. I was a part of something happening to someone, like this. But it's a shame. You got to remember, y'all, it's just another one of us. So a lot of times when things happen to us, they're not going to spend much money and much time on trying to solve a murder. I'm still working on and wondering why they haven't really solved this young girl's murder that I'm going to talk about next week. When I'm off next week, I'll talk about it. But that's how it goes. So I don't know if you guys expected anything more. I don't care how many letters we send to the White House. I don't care how many marches and protests we do. We don't get the results that we should get, only because the color of our skin. And that's a fact of the matter. Don't think it's not. Okay? So with that being said, I wish her family the best. Hopefully maybe something else could come of it, but I doubt it. I think, unfortunately, that young lady is no longer with us, and that's just it. And that's where they're going to leave it at. Okay? Woo! Now, with that being said, because that's something important, what about this vacation thing? I see so many wrongs, in this whole vacation deal with MU and Tracy. For one, a lot of times I think we just go with the flow, whether it's right or wrong, just because you like someone, you don't want to tell them they wrong, or because you dislike them, you're more apt to drag them and tell them they wrong. Now, I saw so many things wrong in this, and I'll tell you how I go on vacation. For one, I'm not going to allow anyone to pay for anything, and I don't have my own money. Wherever I go, I'm gonna be able to have my own transportation, especially if I'm there for more than 3 days, and I don't stay very long anywhere I go. And my sister Diva tell you that I don't even stay long at her house sometimes. And I know I'm good to go there. I'm just not one of those type of people who like to stay. So I don't believe the planning was good. And another thing that I thought was wrong was, hey, BB Nice, my queen. I'm gonna tell you what I really thought was really inconsiderate on both parts, on Tracy part. Now, you may be the type that don't get up early in the morning and you a night person. I get that. I get that. However, when you're on vacation and you on someone else's watch, you have to go with the flow. If that girl get up early and get her day started, you're on vacation. You was expected to do things. You should have gotten up early and got going. You can't sleep all day and expect somebody to want to do things when the sun goes down, because a lot of people know where they live at. For instance, I know for me, I'm just this type of person. I go to visit my cousin in Atlanta, right? And my cousin sleeps late. She sleeps very late, you guys. And so when she getting up around 12 or 1 o'clock, I've been up for about 5 hours, because that's just who I am. I get up 5 o'clock, and if I'm on vacation, I sleep. And if I feel like sleeping, then I do. But if I'm expected to go visit places and make a fun day out of it, I have to get my ass up, and she don't. So, needless to say, I don't like to go visit her. I really don't, because to me it's unfair that I have to wait around hours for you to get up and take us somewhere, you know, especially like in Atlanta. She lives in Georgia. And so I'm not familiar with Georgia. So I expect you to get up early. Let's get our day going. And then we could come back and go to sleep or sleep at night. So when she was sleeping in late like that, to me, you was inconsiderate of Miss MU, or whatever her name is. If she gets up early, you should have gotten up early and gotten y'all day start, and perhaps you guys could have done more. Let me see what purpose it was. Fault on both sides due to miscommunication. But now I'm seeing that Miss U is using this app. Now I'm gonna get to this. For one, about that, Tracy should have done that, but Miss U misunderstood, or MU should have made some allowances for Tracy, knowing that she had guests coming. Now, I wouldn't have never gone on the Easter holiday unless I was taking my kids and we were doing a family thing. That's just me personally, because I know people have children and they like to do things with their children, right? And that's what a mother does. I mean, we got some that don't do nothing, perhaps, for whatever reason, but she wanted to spend time with her children. But again, you approved for this girl to come down there at that time instead of saying, hey, listen, my children is out for school and I spend my week or 2 weeks with my children. Let's do it another time. Let's do it. We'll have girls time. But then I watched both of them, and I don't know if it's a play or not. A lot of times when you're in a situation and you become a victim, your people, and what I mean by that, your supporters feel empathy for you. And so then they will try to get you out whatever jam you may be in. And sometimes I think a lot of this shit be for money plays. I just have to say how I really feel. And if I really, really wanted to say how I feel, without tipping around, I would say I think both of them are full of shit. I think they both are click and view happy. They take to their platforms to put all their business out there. And then when people start criticizing them, dragging them, roasting them, whatever, they get upset. But you put it out here for them. They could have had a girls' day that none of us know about unless they post nice pictures or something like that. But for them to get on live all the time and go at each other. And yes, I think Tracy was wrong when she said I'm pissed, because right there, people say, "What you pissed about? What you pissed about, Tracy?" And then that will lead you in the whole conversation of saying, "Well, I thought we was gonna do this," and then your people will feel sorry, or they will feel as though you were slighted by MU. So I guess she takes on to her platform and other people's platform and talk about how she feel. And that should never have been brought to YouTube. But this is the type of life they live. Hey, DC Kool-Aid Lisa. Here's the craziest thing. Everything you do don't have to be brought to the public platform to be scrutinized or either talked about, period. So you can't get mad when people come on here talking about you, because that's what you brought it to the YouTube streets for people to talk about it, whether it's good or bad. You expect good, however, they talk bad, and then you get all upset. And when I looked at Miss you guys, I have to say this, or whatever this lady name is, something does not sit right with me about her. She's too antsy. She's too anxious. She needs some type of therapy for being anxious or medication. She's very antsy and anxious. And so when they did the videos, she was just all over the place. And then that sends me to be anxious. So a lot of times I can't even look at that shit because she was all over the place trying to make her point. Which both of them have to take responsibility. It was bad planning. Hey, Regina, my queen, BB Nice. I think I spoke to you, Lisa, and everyone else who joined me tonight. Thanks for joining me, because I know I haven't been here, so I don't expect large crowds. And plus, I don't expect them. Yeah, her condition is too much anxiety, yes. And perhaps, let me tell you something. Now, I met BB Nice in person, right? Now, Diva had already met BB Nice. And so I'm real leery about people. So I'm different. Even though I talk to her on the phone, she's my mom. And we wrap it up in text and talking and stuff. I still don't know how she will perceive me when I see her. Perhaps Tracy wasn't what Miss you expected. Perhaps she wasn't what she really expected. You could play like you like somebody. You could play like you love them and you sisters, and you'll do anything for them until that person get in front of you and you guys have a real conversation face to face. It changes the dynamic and what energy was brought there. We know how Tracy is and we know how Miss Yu is. And to be honest with you, they don't seem like they really have much in common. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see no commonality at all, other than they both like to do lives. They like to be on YouTube. They was YouTube friends. I didn't see where they would even mesh to be real friends. They different spectrums of people to me. Now that's to me. I watch how Tracy is kind of laid back, and then you watch how Miss Yu is just everywhere, bing, bong, bong, bong. She would not be a friend of mine because I wouldn't be able to handle her. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be able to handle her. This is the second time Miss Yu has met up with someone from YouTube, and she reacted the same. That's why Tracy should have known. That should have been clue number one. You know how she have acted when she met up with other people, and now she's acting the same way with you. But when you see how a person act or a person show you who they are, you have to believe it. You just have to believe it. So already I would know that Miss Yu wouldn't be my cup of tea, and I wouldn't be her cup of tea. So her and Tracy to me didn't have anything in common to really say that they are friends. In order to have friends, you have to cultivate a relationship, and there must be some similarities or commonality that each party have. They just know each other from YouTube, and apparently they didn't even really know each other. She took to her, hey Hershey, she took to her platform to say she was pissed, so everybody will want to know right away, what is she pissed about? So you hit live and say, well, I just thought I was going to go to the beach. I just did this and that. Well, that triggered Miss Yu, because she hops on live all the time. So I think it was bad on both of their parts. I believe, Tracy, when you go to visit someone, you have to acquiesce to their routine sometimes. No, you didn't have to get up and walk. if that's not what you do or exercise, but you should have gotten up early, got yourself ready, and just go along with her since you was riding along with her. And that could have made y'all day. You know, however you wanted to sleep in. When you go on vacation, you don't sleep in. I go to Las Vegas, or I go to Jamaica, or I go to the Bahamas, or I go to Punta Cana, Cancun, so on. I don't sleep very long because I want to make sure I take in everything, I see everything, I get my money's worth. And now they are stuck there together. Now, if it's a money play, or whatever type of play, you know, you can't tell. 1 minute, Tracy is looking sad. And of course, I felt a little bad for her, you know. And then the next minute, Miss Yu looked sad. And I felt like, oh, I feel bad for her if she brought somebody. But to be honest with you, both of them need to take accountability and move on. But I don't believe there's going to be a friendship after this. You guys can say what the hell you want. A lot of times you have to play the part until you get to safety zone. You know, you have to play the part. Yeah, I'm going to walk cool, you know, because I'm here with you and we're buddy up. But when I get home, it's a different story. I don't have to ever be bothered with you again because I didn't like the way you treated me. Yeah, I sleep when I go home. I stay up in Vegas. I swear, when I'm in Vegas, I stay up all night. I remember the last time we went to Vegas for Diva's 60th birthday party. They had went to sleep 12 o'clock. I had took that car and went on to the casino. And when they was waking up, that's when they saw my ass. They said, "Did you just come back?" Yep, I just came back because I'm on vacation. I'm not sleeping like that. I could catch sleep when I go home, you know? But anyway, so I think both of them is wrong to a certain extent. And for one, now let me tell y'all something. You know, we can play as tough as we want to. We can play as gangster as we want to on YouTube. Yeah. And you could believe that this is how this person is. They'll run up on you. They'll do that. They'll do this. Now, they say that Tracy wanted to go meet with Snoopy. They call her Snoopy, right? So she wanted to go and she wanted to bang with Snoopy. Misunderstood said, "I'm not going to bang with Snoopy." So Tracy must have apologized. I'm only getting bits and pieces, but let me tell you something. Ain't no way in hell that I'm going to go to California to meet up with Snoopy and fight Snoopy. She ain't even worth fighting. This is a YouTube thing, right? And everybody was like, yeah, Tracy wanted to run up on her, and Miss Yu didn't want to. You know, she wanted to squash things, but Tracy had went there and said, "Take me to where Miss Yu at." Anybody could talk any amount of shit while they online. You already knew Miss Yu wasn't going to take you there. See, I don't play the game. I don't play, and I don't bite the bullshit. You knew what type of person she was. You know she's not a fighter. She have said on here 1,000 times, "I'm not a fighter. I'll go to court to solve it. I just wanted to." So you knew that girl wasn't going to take you there. You already knew that. So of course you wasn't going over there to fight Snoop. And why would you go away to California to fight Snoop? I don't believe the hype. Y'all can say what y'all want. Oh yeah, she was going to go there and she was going to go beat Snoop ass. No. You wasn't going to beat Snoop ass because you had already known Miss Yu wasn't going to take you there. You already knew what type of person you was dealing with. I have heard her on some of her videos, and I don't watch her very much. I told you she makes me nervous and anxious, my damn self. All that moving around and can't stay still and touch. So I can't watch her. My ADHD won't allow me to watch her, right? But I have heard her say she's not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'm not going to fight no one. You know, I'll take him to court, or I'll do this, or I'll just let it go. I'm not a fighter, even though she'll talk tough in the next part. Well, I'm not a pushover. Well, she don't mean like because she's not a pushover that she's going to go and fight someone. Did you honestly believe that that girl was going to go confront Snoop? Absolutely not, y'all. I didn't believe the hype. I just didn't believe the hype. I don't think she was going to fight her, and I don't think Tracy was going to go fight Snoop. Because if she had that much balls, right? If she had that much ball, she would have made it there some kind of way. I don't care. If you really wanted to fight somebody, you really had that built up in you, you would have made it to where Snoopy was. Point blank, period. Her anxiety, where I've never been on hard drugs before, but you have to know certain situations may be her trigger. Right. And that girl don't want to go fight no one. She have children. She have to be there for her children. So her thing is, or her weapon is, and I'm talking about Miss You, is to come on and put it on YouTube. That's what her thing is. But as far as her going to meet up with Snoop and fight her, Lady Snoop, I didn't never think that was going to take place. So when I heard everybody say, "Oh yeah, Tracy about that life, Tracy was gonna go do this, Tracy was gonna go," no, if you would have came to Texas, perhaps Tracy would have took some time out to get with you. But to go away to California, you go on to someone else's turf. You know that girl to be in supposedly, allegedly in gangs and shit, and you think you gonna run your ass down there on her turf and do anything to her? You think Tracy going, but not Miss You? I don't think Tracy going. No, I had a gossip who used to be on the crack years ago, and she was clean a long time. One day we had a get together in that alcohol center back. Yeah, it's triggers. Things are triggered. The lesson: stop talking trash, because while some ain't fighting, some will. I don't know, Miss Cruiser. See, I don't believe, and I don't know Tracy like that. I watch her off and on, but I don't believe that girl was gonna go way to California and go find Snoop to fight Snoop. I don't think she wanted that. It was too many risks involved. You would have rolled up there with MU, right? And Snoop would have rolled up there with her people. How foolish is that? Why would you go to California to fight somebody that's never done anything to you? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Knowing that was a trigger when she cleaned up again and didn't know alcohol yet. Good morning. Good evening. Good evening, Miss C. Good evening, Regina. Hey, beautiful. Thank you, Queen B. So, all that tough talk shit, we do that on here. A lot of people do that on here. And me, I'm not gonna get on here and tough talk. That's why I don't do all that other stuff, is because my thing is I will put my hands on you. I will take that risk of you whooping my ass or me whooping your ass if you do the wrong thing to me. So I'm not gonna sit up here and sell a bunch of wolf tickets. And so I don't believe. I think Miss You thought about that, MU or whatever y'all call Miss You thought about that, and she said, "No, I'm not taking you there. Why would I take you there to fight someone? Because I don't think she wants that type of problem." And I know for a fact, if we could look at her and tell, hold on. Yeah, hello? And the fact of the matter is, hey, Kimberly, if you knew how she was, and we already could tell that Miss You ain't no fighting type, you already knew she wasn't going to take it in. That's it. That's all. So you already knew you didn't have a chance to fight Snoop. That's why I say some of this shit is played up, and I don't believe it. I just don't believe the hype. I don't. Why didn't MU tell Tree before she came? Tree has been talking about this for weeks. If she did it, would have been on YouTube. It would have been you. I don't think, let me tell you something. For one, I'm not going to go to somebody and fight them. Now, if you come to me, I'm going to get with you. But I'm not going to go to your territory and fight you knowing that I'm on your turf. That's like you knocking on my door and me and my 10 kids and my family in here, and you coming to fight me. You coming to fight me, and I got a whole tribe behind me. How stupid is that? Hey, baby, I know who this is. Hey, sugar, have a safe travels, baby. I knew who it was. So I don't believe all that happened. I think a lot of this, you guys, was brought on YouTube for clicks and views. Now, do I hope the rest of the trip goes well? I do. I hope it goes well. But again, I don't think so. I just think that Tracy, when she traveled, she needs to travel a different way. Maybe California is not her thing, or perhaps when you go, you prepare a little better, But yeah, I don't even see, I don't know. Am I the only one that don't think really that they have a lot in common? They looked a little odd to me. The little pictures that I did see, they looked odd, So I don't know. Tracy fought a family member at a funeral, so I think she would chance fighting Snoop shows only 100 pounds. I don't think it's your weight, baby. Let me tell you something. If you on YouTube telling me that you coming to my house, do something to me, I'm gonna be ready for you. I'm gonna be 1,000% ready for you. And I doubt if you leave the way you came. That's just the fact. You have full court advantage if somebody comes to your home. So what makes you think she was gonna go to California and just run up on Lady Snoop and Lady Snoop not do something? Come on, y'all, don't be foolish. This shit is YouTube. People can say what they want. Yeah, I could fight a family member at a funeral. Yeah, if I'm in a situation, but to go somewhere, nah, y'all, I don't believe it. So I don't know. Lady Snoop has defended at all costs with the threats made online. You know, Ellis got the videos. Not only that, you go onto that girl's turf. You go onto, and California, and I believe where Lady Snoop live, I could be wrong, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. That's not a playground you want to play on by yourself. You know, so I don't believe it. I agree. They don't have anything in common. They don't. So I don't even know, you know, I just don't know how they got to be friends that they would even, you know, meet up with each other. I wouldn't pick up for someone to meet up with. That's just me, because I know we wouldn't have anything in common, you know, but I don't know. So her vacation is not vacationing, but perhaps they trying to make the best of it. And maybe because Misunderstood feels bad, she will do something else. Not that she even liked Tracy now. Not that she, I think she's just doing it to save face for her. I really do. I don't believe, like I said, when she met Tracy in person, the energy was different. The dynamics wasn't there. So it's hard for you to go out and have fun with somebody who's not like you. You know, I don't go out to a country western bar with my girlfriends because I know I don't do country westerns and I will feel awkward. But if I ride with you there and I can't get home, then I'm stuck. I have to make the best of it. That's what sums up this whole trip. I'm stuck. I have to make the best of it. I don't think Tracy felt like Miss U did her all that much justice, and I don't believe Miss U feels like Tracy did her justice. I think they just making the best of it until they depart, and I don't know about them being friends. If they still continue to be friends and this was just a play, then fine, but I don't believe it. Honestly speaking, people are constantly critiquing Misunderstood mental health, but it's Tracy behavior that is questionable. Right. And not only that, if Tracy is a fighter and Misunderstood is not a fighter, I want to bring this to your attention too. Misunderstood may be afraid to say what she really feels about Tracy because she has to be with Tracy until Tracy leaves. Something don't look right. It looked forced. The relationship looked forced to me. The fake fun looks fake to me, just as I say. So maybe Miss U don't want to step on Tracy's toes because she know Tracy probably would clean her clock. You know, if she liked that, she probably would clean her clock. So she has to play it off too until they, you know, Tracy is back home and she's in her home. You know. Now, I want to say this about Tracy too. Thank you for saying that. What I've known about Tracy don't care for me, and I don't care for Tracy's behavior. Now, that's the difference. I don't care for some of the things she do in her behavior, but I believe Tracy is a loyal friend to a fault. I really do. I've always said that about Tracy. Tracy go hard for her friends, and she's a loyal friend. But a mistake that I think she made when I did look at her video, bits and pieces of it, is to allow Miss Paulette to sit up there and do that to Miss MU. And you are in that girl's presence. You have to depend on that girl to take you back to the airport or wherever you go. And you allowed your guests to drag her. Because Miss Paulette was hot. The little bit I saw, the little bit that I seen, Miss Paulette was really, really mad at MU. And so she was saying some things, and I think Tracy should have pulled that back because that girl probably felt attacked. But again, Miss Yu is not a fighter. She's gonna play it off until Tracy get home. And I think when Tracy gets home and they go their separate ways, there will be videos made coming from MU to tell you how she really felt about the whole thing. I believe that. Now, just remember I said it. I could be wrong, you know, but I believe she's just playing it cool because she don't know how Tracy is going to react, and she don't want to get in any confrontation with Tracy. So she's just playing it cool. Yeah, I truly believe that she can't wait to get exactly. She don't want to be bothered now, but she's forced to look some type of way because she keep jumping on YouTube. Plus, she done invited this lady there, you know, and so now, like I said, they just gonna make the best of it. But I think it's bullshit. I don't think Miss Yu cares for Tracy anymore, and Tracy may not care for Miss Yu. But again, if she likes you, she really like you. That's one thing I've seen about Tracy on these YouTube streets. If she likes you, she really likes you, and she'll go all out. And it's hard for Tracy to let you go. She's just that type of person. She will hold on. She will let things go and let things go just to have her friendship. It tells me so much though about some people on here when I watch their behavior and how they act. I really don't think outside of YouTube, Tracy have many friends. I don't think so. I think she stayed to herself. So probably when she do get around people she don't know, it's kind of awkward for her. But she's Tracy. She's gonna try to be, she's gonna be herself. But I don't think it meshes well with other people. I don't think their relationship was really solidified before. Yeah, it is. And the bad thing about it, like I said, I would not have let Miss Paulette curse MU out like that if she was still my friend. And she say, I love her. I love her. I'm not gonna stop loving her. That's okay. We could work it out. If you love her, you wouldn't allow other people to bash her on your platform. See, I don't get into this shit. And I asked y'all to help me out, and I asked Diva to help me out as well. If I sincerely love or like or have a YouTube shit with someone, you can't come on my platform and bash them. I'm just not gonna let you do it because I love you or I like you just that much. I don't care if it is for entertainment. I am not going to put you in that situation where you come over to my platform and because people are sitting here dragging you. I never understood that. I don't get it. I don't even get how you could like somebody. And like Kwani and James said it, and Kwani said it to me, and she got really upset when I didn't understand the fact of the matter of, is it entertainment? Do I laugh when people get dragged? And I said, yeah, I do. If they dragging you, yeah, that's what it's for. We supposed to laugh and enjoy the entertainment. Instead, I thought about it. I said, well, why would it be a problem with you, Miss T, if somebody came down here and drug Miss Cruiser on your platform and you really like her? How would you feel? You shouldn't feel good about that if you're supposed to like Miss Cruiser and y'all have this YouTube shit or this real relationship. How would you allow them to do that and make her feel some kind of way? Everything is not fucking entertainment to me. That's not entertainment. You're not going to sit here and drag my queen diva, BB Nice, Regina, or Monty, or somebody I really like. You're not going to have the liberty to come on my platform and talk rude and foul and vicious and hateful and mean and drag them. You can't get that over here because I really, really like them. So I'm not going to allow you to disrespect them because I'm not going to disrespect them. So when you turn your platform over to people and they disrespect people you like, then to me, that's kind of mucked up. But that's what they do here. So that lets me know that there's no real friendships here. I don't give a damn what nobody say. There are no real friendships that I've seen on YouTube. You wouldn't allow that to happen. You wouldn't allow it to happen. I disagree. Wait. I disagree. She's going to attempt to keep peace even when Tracy is home. She done took her in her home. She's going to stay cool. Yeah, she is, but she ain't gonna fool with it that much. But you know what? I could be wrong. Paulette, how about welcoming Tracy to your home for a week? Put yourself in MU shoes. It's tough. Nobody is throwing themselves on me, especially after I have watched the same behavior. Yeah, some people I wouldn't even want to be friends with, Miss Playful. Some people I don't ever want to meet. Well, that's called being obsessive compulsive and needy. And I think because these people, some of these people that I've seen in here, I don't believe, and I don't want to judge, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. I don't believe they have real friends in real life. And this YouTube have become their family. And they are emotionally attached to the subs and the content creators. And they calling them friends and aunts and uncles and love and sisters and brothers. And they don't give that off to me. They don't give, I wouldn't, no, I wouldn't. Could y'all please hit the like? It only takes a minute to hit the like. Please hit the like while I run this. Go out and hit that like. We got 75 people. We know some are in the bushes. We already know what it gives, but please, let's hit that like. Did you guys hit that like for me? Please just hit that like. It's free. I'm giving it away. It's free today. Please hit the like. I appreciate that. I haven't been on here in a long time. You guys already know YouTube, this algorithm. Don't even put me in it. Hey, JD, what's happening, baby? If you're socially awkward and in need of some mental health therapy, then get some. Stop using social media as a doctor. Well, let me tell you something, Miss Playful. With that being said, you have to really know that you have a problem, a mental health problem, for you to seek, therapy. Some people really don't. And someone spoke about socially awkward. Yeah, socially awkward could be. And I believe from what I saw with Miss Yu is she's only comfortable around certain people. Yes, she do take chances and go meet this person. This is just what I hear, allegedly, and go meet that person. But I believe when she meet those people, she could be a little awkward, because of the things she's been through, and she's still healing. But I'm telling you, the way she was acting, I was like, I got some doubts in my head. Shit, I got some doubts in my head about Tracy, just like she cursed out MU. She did the same thing to Roberts while Tracy was out there. That could be dangerous too, JD. That could be very dangerous. That's why I was saying Tracy probably is just playing it cool. She probably don't like what's going on. I don't believe, because no one wants to feel as though like they were mistreated. And I'm not saying MU mistreated her, but she don't want to feel a certain type of way if I've come here to go on vacation with you and you didn't do as we said we was going to do. I feel some type of way. But I would not allow anyone to cuss her out, because remember, she's still there. And Miss Paulette is here on the screen, and Tracy is still in California, and you don't know what people will do. You don't know what will trigger people to do something to you. So I think she needs to play it cool. Perhaps if Tracy had a part-time job, she could form bonds outside of YouTube. Well, this is her job. This is her job. Hey, JD, baby. This is her job. This is what she do. This is her work. And so really, they are so used to jumping on YouTube every time something happens, because their whole life play out on YouTube. Both of them, their whole lives play out here on YouTube. We see it all the time. Miss Yu couldn't wait to go live. She just go lives every minute. I miss you. I miss you. But you have company that you should be entertaining, and you doing videos back to back. I miss y'all. I miss you, Galaxy. I do this. I do that. Oh, I'm so glad I could talk to you. I'm doing my morning walk. Just all over the fucking place. It would just drive me crazy. Especially if Tracy kind of mild-mannered. We know how she get up here and act, but perhaps she kind of mild-mannered. Miss You would drive me crazy. Paulette really cares about Tracy, and Tracy didn't allow her chat to drag MU before the only person she went in yesterday because they dragged Tracy on MU. Tracy has lost some day ones. Okay, well, from what I saw, baby, Miss Paulette was going off, Trina. She was going haywire on MU. And even when Tracy and V. Lenore tried to calm down, Miss Paulette was still at her neck. She wasn't going to let up because Miss Paulette really cares for Tracy, and she feels as though that Misunderstood had done Tracy wrong, and she was pissed. Now, that's what I saw. Now, I don't know what you saw. I don't know your interpretation of it, but that's what I saw. Thank you, Queen Diva. Usually those who suffer from untreated mental issues don't have friends, and their families don't bother with them. That is true. That is true. Again, I'm not going to sit here and diagnose anyone. I know the behaviors that I see from people on here, they have strong indications that they do need some therapeutic help. But I ain't want to say it. I mean, I can't diagnose them. We can't diagnose them, but I get where you're going. Friendly commentary suggested, Mz.Teavalocity, could you please touch on the Shaquilla Robinson? I did. US DOJ breaking news today. I did, sweetheart, before you came on here. I did talk about Shanquilla Robinson, and I'll touch on that again before I leave. You can't get too invested in these people. Think we all are, but I would exist alive in a heartbeat, no longer entertaining. You can't get too invested in these people. Seem to think we all are, but I would exit alive in a heartbeat. It's no longer entertainment. Well, I don't know. I guess that's the difference in us. We all are grown, so we know our level of entertainment. We know what we call entertainment and what we don't call entertainment. And some of the things that I see on here is no longer entertaining to me. It's just gotten really dark, and so I don't be around over here in this sector as much as I used to. I still peep in here, every now and then. Like I said, I watched a little bit when I heard what was going on. I watched a little bit of MU, Tracy, and Pizarro just to get some tidbits, but to sit there through a whole video, no, not when some of this stuff is happening. And someone asked me, and I don't know if that person's up in the bushes, they asked me, was I going to talk about another event that happened on here? And I told her, no, I chose not to talk about it. Some things I just choose not to talk about. I stay in my lane. If they're too nasty, too vile, too vicious, too malicious, too hateful, too gutter for me, I'm not going to talk about those people and give them any airtime. I'll just stay over here and do my commentary my way. But not to correct anyone, not to drag anyone, not to, because these people, what I've learned to be a fact of the matter is, these people are still going to be them and do the very things you may chastise or either talk to them about. They're going to still do it because that's what they used to doing. That's what brings them the money. The drama brings them the money. The dragging, the roasting, what else they call it, the dragging and the gagging, that brings them the money, drama filled. So they're not going to stop doing it because that's entertainment for a lot of people. So she wants me to speak on Shanquilla. I did. I know you came in late, you guys, and I had spoke a little bit about Shanquilla Robinson. The unfortunate thing is that the United States will not be prosecuting or charging anyone with her murder. I knew that from the start. I knew it when it happened over in Mexico, that the United States would not be able to do very much about it because it's out of their jurisdiction. And I believe, as we all was paying attention, that Mexico government made a couple of mistakes. And of course, they don't want to own up to their mistakes and be liable for this girl's murder. So They say they sent all the information through the Interpol to the United States for the United States to charge them. The United States just said no, we're not doing anything about it. And that's a sad, sad thing. Again, like I said earlier, they're not going to fight hard for us. I don't care how many letters you send up to the White House, how many marches, how many protests. It's just another dead blank. I mean, baby, it's true. It's time that we face reality that our lives does not matter to some people. So no, I never thought that they was going to charge them. I didn't think Mexico would do anything about it, and I didn't think the United States would do anything about it because it was out of their jurisdiction to do anything. You know, so that's a sad and an unfortunate thing for the Robinson family. I don't know. I'm gonna drop my link. You know, I'm almost at an hour. You guys know I don't stay very late, but I want you to tell me what you think. You know, because I think sometimes we have to be unbiased and look at this. You know, these situations that we come and do commentary on unbiased in an unbiased fashion. Because just because you like somebody and you see them doing wrong, you don't call them on it because you like them and you are staunch supporters of them. That's like the Republicans. They wasn't saying nothing about what that man was doing because they were staunch supporters and they liked him just that much. The same thing goes on with Obama. They liked him that much that the Democrats wouldn't call him on some BS. That's just the way it goes. When you have supporters, sometimes you have fanatical people, right? Fanatical people. And I think that's what it is. These people are real big fans of other people, and they like them just that much that they don't call them on their BS. And that's why I said, I think both of them need to take some accountability and move on. They both was wrong. And that's a fact, you know? I saw both their lives yesterday. I really thought they were going to have a good time prior to the meetup. Yeah, you know what? I thought when people were saying it, again, I don't watch Tracy. I really don't watch her that much. Every now and then I may go over there. Thank you, baby. That's okay. I might go over there and watch it live or something. But I did want to see what was going on with this, her, and Miss You. So I watched a little of both of them yesterday. And like I said, I think both of them was wrong. Miss You was wrong to do her live. Tracy was wrong to write whatever she wrote to trigger her and to do her live. Because I think if people, you know, a lot of times when you put stuff down here on YouTube, you know, people just speculate. They speculate. We ain't there to know what's happening. Hold on, baby. Hold on. I see you. Hold on. That's you?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Queen Diva. Okay, I put both of y'all up.
Mz.Teavalocity,
Hey,
how are
baby,
you?
what's going on, sis?
Nothing
Hey,
much.
Sabrina.
I'm
Yes.
so hi.
Hi.
I'm outside cooking out at my
I
girlfriend's
see.
house,
I see.
but I'm paying attention to the show.
It was a
Hey,
beautiful
From
day.
sweetie.
What you think? Do you think, okay, Sabrina, let me get you in. What you think about what's going on, or what are you adding to this?
Okay, so we're on the topic of Tracy, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Sabrina,
Hi, Miss
how
Queen.
are you,
How are
sweetie?
you?
Hey, I didn't know that was you. How are you?
Okay, yes. I didn't want to interrupt, but I was saying hi, in the background. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good to see you.
You
Okay,
too.
so Miss T, I was gonna say that I I wouldn't say I don't like Tracy. That has nothing to do with anything.
Mhm.
But right is right, wrong is wrong. And I am going to see it the way that I see it
Mhm.
is that when you're bringing someone or inviting someone, you do not treat nobody that way.
Mhm.
And when Teresa made her post, that she's expressing her feelings, that and the post could have been expressed for anything really. It wasn't really precise of what she was referring to, you know. And so when that came about, and then, that was a big deal. Instead of just talking about it, calling Tracy, her misunderstood, calling her, then
Right.
that just brought attention more attention, you know,
Definitely.
and so that's where it started from as far as YouTube, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I also, I would hope that Tracy will, I mean, this is like the second trip that she has taken. I
Yeah.
mean, and then in California
Yep.
at that, and then with her being in California, I was also wondering because of the past thing that took place.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a dangerous zone all the way
Yep.
around.
Yep.
You
Diva and I
know,
said the same thing. You in the danger zone. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
yes, with the old situation and the new situation,
Yep.
and
Okay.
I really don't think Snoop would uh if I'm saying her name right, I don't think she would really like take the time out to do anything or set anything up like that. But like you said, if you come for someone like that, she has every right to protect herself and do what
Uh-huh.
she needs to do. But
Exactly.
that was supposed to have been squashed. But to be threatening like that in that area, I mean, whether if you're in the
Yeah.
area or not, you're in that state. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So,
Right. And that's all I was saying. She misunderstood was she was right not to even take Tracy towards that because even if something would have happened to Tracy, misunderstood could have felt guilty about even taking her. So
right.
I think she made a good call not to do that. But so you're saying that when she put that on, I'm pissed. It could have meant anything.
Yeah, it could have, because she didn't really say exactly, but it's just like you're putting two and two together with assumptions that,
Mhm.
oh, they're on the trip, so, oh, now they're falling out the YouTube stuff. But she didn't say, hey, directly, I'm pissed at what she's pissed at,
Mhm.
you
So
know.
you saying Miss You jumped the gun? Hey, Treasure Lane.
The way I would say that she jumped the gun is by not just getting on the phone and calling her, hey, what's up with this? What
Yeah. No.
what that
Okay.
mean? You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
and that's how the YouTube stuff started, the back and forth
But
and
is it
things.
a possibility now that you say that? Let's play devil advocate. When Tracy wrote she was pissed, is it possible she could have called Miss You and told her, "Hey, I'm pissed"?
Right, that could have went
I'm
both
just saying it
ways.
could have
I
went
do
both
agree.
ways. That's what I'm saying. I think both of them just should not have gotten on YouTube because that just gives people fuel. You just gave them fodder. You just know how people. Some people want y'all to make it and have a good time. Some people really wish them well to make it to have a good time, and some people don't. So the
Right,
people who don't would have took that and say, "Oh yeah, she pissed." So something is happening with her. Misunderstood. They could have ran with it, and that's what happened. So again, I'm going to say this. I see Miss Paulette. You are welcome to come up here. I think if you watch me, you already know how I get down over here, Miss Paulette. But again, I'm gonna say the same thing. Both of them needs to take accountability for wrong they both did and either move on or just leave it alone. And
right.
that's
I agree with
good.
that. And I can I say one
Sure,
more thing?
sure.
Okay. So as far as Teresa's personality, you would need to be a bubbly person like she is. She's
Right.
outgoing, even though you see her on YouTube as when she comes on and her laugh
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But I see her on the outside of her being her,
Mm-hmm.
outside of YouTube too, being herself. I
Mm-hmm.
see her as a real bubbly type
I do. I do.
personality,
I
and
do.
she could be very fun to be around. That's what I see.
Oh, oh,
You
okay.
know,
But yeah. But I also see that they don't have anything in common really. I
right?
don't
And
think
that's why I
they have.
was making that point. And if Tracy hasn't, I'm not. It's not my business to know. Everybody got their own past, and everybody got things that they're not proud of, including myself. But
We all
at the
do.
same time, like if you haven't walked that same walk that person has walked, as far as Miss MU, you are not going to be compatible at that time because she's still dealing with what she has to deal with
Right.
to try to continue
Right.
on to her sobriety.
Uh-huh.
And so that would put her in a different space, but that doesn't make her any different than anybody else. It's just she's in a different space in her life right
Right.
now. And to deal with that, even mentally challenging to her, it could come off with Tracy as something different. And it's not even, I don't even think, not knowing, we don't know each other, but I don't even think that's Miss MU actually really. I think she's a different person than what's coming across on YouTube, is because of what she's dealing with in her own personal space in her
Right.
life.
That could be true. Miss Cruiser, I don't agree with that. Miss Cruiser, I'm sorry. I mean, for me, the type of person I am, I don't agree with that. So we got Miss Paulette saying that she believed. Now, this is what she believed, and she right to a belief. The link not working? Okay, hold on. Miss Paulette, right? Miss Paulette believed that whatchamacallin was lying and Tracy. Now, I don't know how she got this, but this is what she say. Cruiser, hold on, y'all, because I got Miss Paulette. Hold on. Cruiser, that's you?
Yes, this is me.
Okay. Hold on, sugar. Hold
Okay,
on.
I'll get down. Thank
No,
you.
you don't have to get down. I'm driving.
Oh,
I'm getting down, T-Velocity.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
go ahead.
I'm going back.
see you, Miss Queen Diva.
Hey.
Thank you so much,
Mm.
Sabrina. Now,
Oh, okay, I'll stay if you want, but I like this conversation as well. Hi, Miss Cruiser. So
Hey,
she's
how you
another.
doing?
I love me some Miss Cruiser.
oh, Miss Cruiser,
Yeah.
a little firecracker too now. She a little firecracker. So, Miss Cruiser,
I'm a mess out on these streets.
you are. So, Miss Cruiser, tell me, Miss Paulette is still not working, baby. Miss
Tell her to choose the first one, not the second.
Oh, she said choose
The first one is working.
Oh, okay. So hold on, y'all. I done screwed it up. Miss Paulette, just hold 1 minute. Is that you,
Ooh, child.
Miss Paulette?
Ooh, child. They wanted a buck.
No, that
That's
that
not
voice is too.
Paulette.
No,
No.
that voice too strong.
Yeah, no, that's not Miss Paulette. I knew that wasn't. See, I knew the. Let me kick this person off. Yep. Okay, go ahead. To my child, you running amok. That don't even sound like Miss Paulette.
Hmm.
What the hell I want over here? And if you don't like it, you don't have to be over here. Go ahead, baby.
Right.
Go ahead, Cruiser.
So I happened to meet a content creator where she and I are complete opposites. Y'all may know her, Lizzie McIntyre. Used to be content creator, evaluator.
No, I don't know.
She did a lot of names. She's not really in the beef sector, but she sometimes brought down. But I went to Memphis, Tennessee. Actually, on that trip, I met her, Aisha, and Bonnie Vine. So content was really who I was going to see, and we're so opposite. I am out, like to dance, social person, don't meet a stranger, cut up all the time. She is reserved, prefer to be at home, will dance, but prefer to be at home, more laid back person. And we're friends. Now, if we had to hang around each other all the time, it wouldn't work. But for one trip of two content or two people from YouTube meeting each other that's been chatting for a while, there was no issues. There were no issues. We just did some mutual, some things that we went out to eat. We both like to eat. And there we talked about the things that we didn't talk about YouTube itself, but the things that caused us to become friends as a result of meeting on YouTube. Our families, our professions, So I think that now in dating, I don't believe in opposites. Opposites may attract, but they ain't gonna do well together. Because somebody's gonna compromise and somebody's gonna be miserable. But in friendship, where you're not obligated to be together every day, that can work. That can work.
Okay. Well, I think if I go, I'll tell you what, Yeah, Tracy. Now listen, I told you, Tracy is a loyal friend. She's lovable and all that to people who she loves. Now listen to what I'm saying. For people who she like and she loves, I really believe she cares about Miss You. But if Miss You cross her, that's the finish line for them. And if she feel any uncomfortability, she'll play it off. She'll try and try. But if they allow people to keep getting in their business and letting these videos affect the both of them, the friendship is not gonna last. I mean, I just don't see it lasting. Do you see it lasting?
I don't. Not if and this people say, well, people is acting like folks are choosing sides based on likes and dislikes. Me and Tracy ain't ever seen it for each other ever. If she hear me say her name, she might cuss me out tomorrow for saying it. Man, me and Miss MU never had an issue with each other, ever. In fact, I defended her once a while back on Jay Wilson's channel. But in this case, I think MU was so totally wrong. And I think people are making a lot of excuses for her.
Nope. Because I think
if somebody come to my city,
yep,
I'm going to treat them well.
I said she was wrong because if she knew that girl was coming there, and even if she would have said to Tracy, oh, Tracy, that's Easter. My kids are off for 2 weeks and I spend time, or I take them this, and Tracy would have understood. Tracy not thinking about holidays, think about it, because she's by herself in honesty, and her not thinking about, she just was planning the trip, right?
Right.
Well, Miss MU could have done more to accommodate Tracy. But again, if I'm coming to visit you, Cruiser, and I said the same thing about my cousin, I don't go visit her much because she sleeps the whole damn day and then she wants to get up. I'm the opposite. I get up in the morning, I go out and about and make a day of it, and then come back when it's dark or something like that. So I believe that in order for them both to probably have met halfway, Tracy should have gotten up, got herself ready, and just go on around and about with Miss MU. I don't think on a vacation you sleep in and then you want to get up. It's not like home. See, she could get up if she wants to home, and then she can go ahead about her business. But you on someone else's time, So I could see where you saying Miss MU should have made accommodation for Tracy to include her and Tracy, right? They should have had an itinerary or agenda what they was going to do. Sound like Tracy and her had discussed some things, but it didn't play out that way. So again, I will stand on what I said. I believe that both of them are wrong.
They should have. It seems like they had a lot of exciting girl talk, and that happens with women. We get excited. I know when I was on my way, we were talking about hair and makeup and what we were going to do for our nails and sending pictures of different nail designs and all of that. We was even on the phone mutually with somebody to do our makeup for an event that we was going to, but we did stop and say, okay, pump the brakes. She was like, how are you going to get from the airport? I got to work. And then we started working out other stuff. And we had to discuss. We didn't want to assume anything. She had to discuss what her scheduling was for the remaining of the days that I was going to be there, and how we was going to work out that I was meeting 2 other people that I wanted to, spend some time with and meet. So in all the excitement of we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and this is going to be breaking, we're going to be girls and we're going to do the beach. At some point you have to stop and discuss a little bit of how things are going to work out and how things are going to happen and schedules and stuff like that.
May I speak?
Sure.
Okay, I would like to also add to one thing I would like to see, and this is one coming from woman to woman. I would like to see Tracy be more independent when she's going traveling, just in case like stuff like this happen. Like, screw you, I don't need you. Keep it moving. I got my money where she's been paying her own way from what, the video and stuff, instead of, because she can drive, rent you a car and stuff like that. So you don't have to be stuck on somebody, and to be made to feel any kind of way or be put in that position.
Well, she trusted her too. So that's what we got to, she trusts her. Now listen, more than anything in this world, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, I know Tracy don't like me. I probably get a cuss. Oh, they calling us cunts and everything. Oh Lord, they mad. Hey, Victoria, I would like for them to work it out and go have a good time for the rest of her time. Let me tell you something. Anytime you really care for people, you could mend whatever relationship it is. Again, I'm gonna stick to this, and people may not like it. For me, if I really care for you, Sabrina, Miss Cruiser, and maybe that's why I'm not so deep into the beef sector like that. I'm not gonna let anyone come up on here and cuss you and drag you and all that. For me, that's not entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I like you. Now, if I don't like you, shit, they could drag you all over these YouTube streets, but not if I like you. Okay? So I have a hard time, again, when people are allowed to be on people's panel and allow other people to cuss them out. And like I said, Miss Paulette was really digging at MU yesterday. And
I think
I
that's a
think that was a hard
catch-22.
situation
why was
because Paulette and Tracy have been friends for
Yeah.
before,
yeah.
and now you have a new friend that you're visiting. You know, how do you handle that?
And so do you think Miss Paulette might have felt like she didn't treat Tracy right as a friend?
Yeah.
That's
That
why
was her.
she was so upset?
That was her main thing.
That's why she was so upset. Yeah, Miss Paulette really liked Tracy. Tracy got some real supporters over there who really
Can I say something? I want to say something about Miss Paulette. I know I'm not going to go into details. I know of her otherwise, and from not in the beef sector and stuff, but Miss Paulette is a very loyal person, and she has that motherly instinct in her too as well. And I think that's where it came from. Like, not this again, Tracy, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's where she was coming from, a place,
Yeah.
you know, from
Yeah.
like,
That's
no,
a
we're
big
not
one.
going down this road again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But
So hopefully,
yeah.
if they do go back and they be cool, hopefully MU will understand why Paulette said what she said. Hopefully, and because she was her moderator too. She was both of their moderator, but she's close, of course, to Tracy. So hopefully she'll understand and maybe give us some grace.
Yeah. I tell you one thing, like I said, I know I'm not Tracy's favorite, but when I look at a person and I look at them in an unbiased eye, like I said, Tracy is very loyal. When she loves hard. You have to really, really do something to Tracy for her to turn her back on you. I done seen people poke, prod, picking everything at Tracy, and she won't say nothing.
It took a while.
Video from her, but baby, when she finally goes off, that's why I said she's loyal to a fault. You know, and I think people see that in Tracy. I think people kind of see that in Tracy, and perhaps I don't know if I'm hoping things will be the same. I wouldn't want those ladies to, really break up a friendship over this, a YouTube ship. But now it's a friendship because they have met each other in person. But I wish that they would just enjoy themselves and not take to the YouTube streets. Everything is not for public consumption.
Yeah.
Y'all know where we at. So just when you write something like, I'm pissed, everybody want to know, what's she pissed? Now, Miss Cruiser, tell me you wasn't wondering, well, what is she pissed about?
I was thinking that I knew she wanted to go to the beach, so I was thinking it was weather, because I was at the time when she wrote that, I was at the beach myself. I was just in Myrtle, and it had went from very nice weather to ugly weather, and I wasn't too happy about it myself. So that was where my thinking was, is that the weather wasn't holding up for her to enjoy the beach. So I think that had nobody, I think people would have been guessing, but I don't think anybody would have thought that's even when she put, I just wanted to go to the beach. Well, darn it, I did too. I mean, so I wouldn't have, until she did the video. I never, my mind never went that's what it was.
So you thinking, okay, see, y'all are enlightening me. Listen, You guys probably see a little more than I do. Of course, I think you all know I work 12 hours and I work in a fast-paced job. And so I only hear bits and pieces and run over here and listen. That's why I always say, somebody help me out if I'm wrong. If I'm ever wrong, just correct me. That would be the right thing. See, I don't mind correction. That would be the right thing. Like, you guys then brought a different light to this, even though I still feel the same way. I feel both of them was wrong and they both should have took accountability and kept it off YouTube. I don't care if it's I'm pissed because you know the environment you in. So that could have been a trigger for her because Misunderstood didn't call. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna say it like that. However, again, the climate we're in, and people take shit, and everybody don't wish you well. Where you ladies really wish them well, everybody don't wish them well. So they are waiting for a disaster to happen, just like it was with her last visit. And you made perfectly good sense when you said, Sabrina, Miss Paulette probably was thinking, we done been down this road again. Get your ass home.
Yeah, I mean that's Paulette's personality. I know that hands on. That's her personality, and she means well, and she's a very good-hearted person.
Good. That's a good point. She probably was like, "Nah, we not about to do this again, Tracy. Get your butt home." So I can understand on both, on both parts,
Right.
But, so I hope they work. It's always a pleasure that you guys come, to set me straight. That's why I always say when I come over here, Miss Cruz and Miss Sabrina, I really do be doing unbiased commentary, because the fact of the matter is I don't know it all, so I will ask. Plus, I'm only going to speak about what I've seen, whether I like you or not. Like I told you, I know Tracy don't like me. She has to out her own mouth. So I know where I stand with her. I don't come on here and drag her, but if I see she's wrong in something and I want to address it, or I think she's right, I'm going to do just that. She could do as she will.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I say.
I know that Tracy is a loyal friend, and when she loves hard, no matter her behavior. She loves hard, and I think people disappoints her
all the time. Right? Yes, I see that.
And when she's mad. Period.
Right.
She's mad.
It's on when she's mad.
When she's mad, but again, this is the area that we in. So
also, me and you disagree. We're gonna have to see in September. I believe that Tracy is going. Tracy done got a taste of traveling again, and the reason why I say again is surely she's traveled because she's military brat. She's done got the taste, and once you get the taste and you like it, you're gonna keep doing it every opportunity you get. So I think she's gonna definitely for sure do the cruise. I'm not convinced about MU. MU have social anxiety, so that's what she told. That's what I can't see her on a ship full of people.
Who you could
don't seem like her thing.
Now that's where I would have gone. See, because when you on a ship full of people. You could go there with 10 people, but you bound to meet 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you doing, cruising. You can sleep all day. I'm out on the bed.
Yeah, so you can get up on. You can get up and do your little walk before everybody get up, and I'm one of them cruisers that's up all day and all night. I sleep when I get home.
That's what I'm saying. My cousin, she loves for me to come to Georgia, but I can't because you sleep too late. But you know what? I've always been like that, Miss Cruz. My sister will tell you, I get up early and go to the grocery store. If it opens 6 o'clock, I'm at the grocery store 6 o'clock. I done ran all my errands. I don't like a lot of heat, There's a lot of things I don't like, a lot of crap. So I do what I got to do and I come home. Now, I can mingle with people. That's not a problem. I could meet you and mingle with people. I choose not to mingle with a lot of people. But I'm just that type of person. I would have been up early. I may not have done all that walking with your ass now. But I would have been up having coffee.
Mountains and things.
Yeah, I ain't mountain walking and all that. But I would have been having my coffee. I would have been ready, and we could have went.
Yeah.
Miss T.
Yes.
Go ahead, Miss Cruiser. Go ahead, Miss Cruiser.
Well, I was going to kind of mention something about the Robinson young lady. So I'm gonna let you go first. So we don't change.
Oh, I was gonna say this, and I'm gonna get down. Also, the timing when you're used to being on the East Coast and your routine. So Teresa's going to the West Coast, and the timing is off.
Yeah, they're 2
Because of
hours
her
apart.
scheduling, her regular routine. So I can see her still wanting to sleep because
Mm-hmm.
it's like a 3 hour time difference.
I think Miss Cruiser says, well, you
Yeah,
know what? Had it been me,
Texas is central. It's 2 hours.
2
Texas is
hours.
central, and then you have it's 2 hours.
But you know,
Oh, okay.
had it been me, and I knew I was that type of person, I would have said, Cruiser, okay, now, Cruiser, we up at 8 o'clock. We out this door. You know, you could have specified some things too. Like, Cruiser, okay, now, baby, get up and let's get going. 8 o'clock, I'll take you here. We'll do this. Then we run to the, you know, it is a lot of things that could have been done to make a person understand this is how we're going to operate. Go ahead.
Right. Well,
So,
I would
Sabrina,
say
are you
that
from
I'm
Connecticut?
done, and Miss Cruiser, and I'm done. I'm down.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Your accent, and some people don't say where they're from, and I understand if you don't. Are you from Connecticut?
No, Miss Cruiser, remember, I'm the one that we be talking about going to the beach.
Okay.
So
I
I
know.
will say this real quick, and
Gotcha.
I'm done. So, listen, anybody come and visit, and I ain't have any invitations or invites, you don't ever have to worry about not wanting to go to the beach. I'm a water person.
Me too. I'm
going to the
always
beach,
Are you?
anybody's beach. I'm going.
okay? Yeah,
Diva
but
and
thank you.
thank you, baby. And hey, safe travel, sugar. I know what you're doing.
Yes, and I'm loving it. I'm out here in Florida now, having a
are you?
ball.
Damn, you was just in Jersey. Okay, girl, get it.
I'm
Enjoy. Be
moving.
safe.
Thank you. All right, later.
Thanks
Bye.
for stopping by. Cruiser,
Yes.
Diva and I are going to Jamaica.
Awesome.
We're going back to Jamaica because that's where she likes to hang out at.
So y'all going to be on the resort, like
Yeah.
near the beach. Okay, so on the beach.
Yep, we did. We did air and land.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. Go ahead. Now,
But if you want to get on the boat, just get on the what do you call? I can never pronounce those boats. Not the cabanas, but the cap or something. I can never pronounce them. To take a ride. But what is it? Robinson, Shaquilla Robinson. Yeah. So what you said is exactly. I know a lot of people they're upset about how this whole thing went down with the United States not picking up the case. But it gets real tricky. When you are a United States citizen and you die on foreign soil.
Not only that, politics play a big part. Remember, yep. And so I knew. Go ahead.
And authority and jurisdiction and all of those things. You think it can get complicated here in the States between state to state.
Right.
You're talking about country to country.
Yeah.
And so you know, I think that from this, we're gonna have to go with lessons learned. What we can learn from this. From this unfortunate thing about traveling, and we have to teach our kids, make sure that a lot of times we look at some friends that our children have, and within yourself, be like, that girl don't even like you, that girl don't even like you.
Yeah.
But you try to you kind of rear your children the right way, and you try to tell them stuff, but some things you want them to learn on their own. You got to learn this. But in this case, we need to tell our kids, pay attention. We got to show them this case, talk about this case with them, and say, pay. And when I say children, I mean right on up through college age. Pay attention.
Even
it's what?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Pay attention. If some girls don't like you, it's just not a matter of them just being petty. It's just not a matter of them picking on you. Now it could be your life.
Yep.
So don't be going off, even here within the States, riding around with somebody who don't care for you. I remember I used to tell my girls when they were in middle school and high school, and especially when they went to college, girls will, to get the attention of the boys or to like the boys, they will turn on you. You watch your back at all times.
But you know what though, Miss Cruiser? I'm telling you, with all that we see that's happening in so many of these cases, and let me tell you something, and I don't know if you're aware of it, there are tons of cases that's coming up with girlfriends setting up their friends and their boyfriends killing them. And so it's so many cases, it's hard to keep up with. I said I was going to do this story about this young girl from DC. Same thing happens to her. You think somebody your friend, you feel all good, you feel confidence, and you go with them somewhere, and here they set you up, or something happens to you in their presence by somebody you know, or you set them up, right? So it happened to this young girl, and I'm gonna do her case probably this week. Like I said, I'm gonna do her case next week. However, that's why even with this Tracy situation, and I want to say this, and no, we don't think it's gonna happen or it didn't happen like that, but some fool came in here and said Tracy was being lined up, and I kicked them out. They was playing like Miss Paulette. Even with so many things that happen on here, you still kind of leery, and I am as an adult, and I'm not scared to meet up with people, because this is something, especially people you have had some type of beef or pot with, because I believe, now this is just how I believe, that a person never forgets how you made them feel. I don't give a damn how many times you pretend like they forgive you, or they pretend like they forgive you, or you cordial, they never forget. Even in this case, if something could have happened and Miss You felt some kind of way, and I'm not saying she would have done it or she did, listen to what I'm saying, she could have simply caused Tracy harm, because you on her turf. She knows tons of people there you don't. You know,
all out in the desert, all up in the mountains, child.
Right. You could say anything. We was on that dirt bike, and the dirt bike threw her off. How the hell would we know?
Right.
So you can't. That's why I said, to a certain extent, in my mind, what I saw, I wish Miss Paulette wouldn't have did that, because perhaps if Miss MU was a different type of person, she could have taken it out on Tracy. You sometimes stand down until the person is in safety, is back to where their territory, and then you let loose. But to do it while she's, Tracy's a tough person. I think she can take care of herself. But again, the advantage is I'm not at my home. I'm not where I'm used to. I'm not where I can get around. Right.
And so that, when somebody's at a disadvantage, you carry yourself a little bit wiser and more careful.
And that's one thing I was really trying to get at when I said she shouldn't have allowed her to do it, because you don't know what risk you put in Tracy at. Even though you know in your heart you're not trying to put her at risk or nothing, but you don't know how someone else will perceive that, and she's the person who's there with them. So even you just have to be careful. It's not just kids anymore. It can be adults. I know I remember, well, I don't know. The sleepover of the lady, I don't forgot her name, where she went to sleep over and she ended up murdered. The ladies invited her over there. Oh shit, what was that lady name? I mentioned it a while back. Anyway, they invited her over there. She ended up dead. And what happened? No justice was served.
I've seen something similar to that.
Regina know everything. Regina, what was that lady name? I just did a video and said something about it a couple of months ago. Somebody Harford. Remember Harford? I know her last name. It was Harford. Tranisha Harford or Tisa. Remember, she was the black lady. She lived in a predominantly white area, and she went to a sleepover with these Caucasian women. And then she ended up somehow murdered.
Did they poison her, or?
Well, no.
It seemed like they did some type of show or something on it that was similar.
Don't know what happened? All they did is, when they called the police, her body, you know how you can have a porch and it has the banister? It was face down, and it appeared as if she was drinking and fell over the banister.
Okay.
Now, banister, the height wasn't that high for her to
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know something else. Yeah, her husband is okay. Let me see. Because Molly said, and one of the friend's husband is right. You know who I'm talking about. So it doesn't just happen
Yeah.
to children; it happened to
Yeah,
adults
the
as well.
adults. You just
If
have
you
to
don't know,
watch your back. You just,
that's why I
and
said, go
I'm
ahead.
a safety girl. You know, all of this meeting people and jumping right in the car with them. Listen, I hope nobody don't get offended because I said I went to visit 3 people. I wasn't getting in the car with nobody. I got my own way from the airport. I got my own. I didn't want to rent a car because I didn't want to drive. I don't like to drive when I'm out of town, but I was getting my way around. I wasn't getting in the car. Well, I did get in the car with Bonnie, but Bonnie was coming in town too. But I wasn't getting in the car with folks. And I was
Yeah,
staying at my own place. I wasn't going to nobody's house. It's like,
that's one thing.
maybe second meeting I might, but first meeting, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I it's just certain things I
Mhm.
do, you know,
Mhm.
and I don't really stay long either. I have to know you to stay long,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. 3 days.
Like
Unless I got some other stuff that I'm gonna do on my own. Yeah, 3 days is my
now,
max.
Eva is my best friend. I don't have no problem when I go to meet her because I know how to get around if I wanted to. I can
Mhm.
take a car or I rent a car. I don't have to when I'm with Eva because we always make plans and we do what we want to do. But she's another one. She's a late starter sometimes,
Mhm.
you know? And
Yeah.
so she, I don't know what it is. I don't like hanging out on the street all the time at nighttime unless I'm going out, you know. But I like to do my stuff and come in. But I don't stay more than 3 or 4 days. And that's a
Yeah.
long time. Ask Eva, that's a long time. She said, you go home, you off for 7 days, you don't hear. Yeah, I like to just be home. I do. You
Yeah.
know, unless
I don't have to necessarily visit. I'll stay longer, but I don't necessarily have to visit the person for all, I can
oh,
find me something else to do. And I
um,
can either do late or early. I'm either one. But one thing I don't like, if somebody say they're gonna be somewhere at 1, don't come pulling up at 2ish.
ooh,
Or don't
ooh,
say, well, I'm gonna get with
ooh,
you.
ooh.
I want a time. I want a time. I need a time. I don't know how people be doing stuff
Ooh,
without times and schedules. I
ooh,
need time and schedule.
ooh. Now let me tell you something. I'm getting better though. I get so upset if you tell me you will be here at 1 o'clock. I expect you to be here 1 o'clock. I could see 5 minutes, but
Hmm.
like 10, 15 minutes, I don't even want to effing go no more because
Yeah.
people, my time is precious. If you tell me something, do what
Hmm.
you tell me,
Yeah. And
right?
my male friends, they don't like doing times. They don't like giving times. They like to say, "We gonna get up." I don't know what that means.
Uh-uh.
What time is get up? I mean, and I hang around. I like football and stuff, so I hang around a lot of guys, and it's like, how do y'all function without times?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Y'all don't have to give me a time. I can't do things that way.
There she go. Yeah, it was. Oh yes, Tamla Horsford. Because somebody said bougie auntie. Tamla, she was 40-year-old mother of 5, found face down in the backyard of her friends, Forsyth County, Georgia, home
Hmm.
after adult sleepover. But now I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said earlier, some places I'm not gonna go. When I'm the
Hmm.
only one. Think about it. She was the only black lady there, and it's okay for you to have friends of different colors because I have. Don't get me wrong, but some things are just not for us. I don't think I would have ever been comfortable being the only one in the sleepover. That's just me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just me. You would have had
I've
a
done
for
I've
me.
done it, but it's because of where I went to school. But I
Oh
think now I wouldn't do it nowadays.
yeah,
You
I
get
would.
older, you know better. You become more careful and wiser, and you know, and things like that.
I tell you one time what happened to me, and I don't know if I told the story, but anyway, we was getting off in the morning, and when you work 12 hours, when you work nights, your morning is just. So we got up and we said, "Oh well, let's stop here and have some cocktails." We have a couple of cocktails because it's our night, basically, right? So we
Mhm.
go have the cocktails, and I'm with this Caucasian woman, and she takes me to this bar. Now, North Dakota, I just want you to think about it.
Mm.
So we go to this bar and is no one there but all Caucasian country boys. Like country
Mm-hmm.
tobacco and just
Yeah.
loud and rowdy, beer all guzzled up. I'm scared as hell out there. I'm like, oh shit, now why did I go with this girl? But me and her was cool. And I knew
Mm-hmm.
I said, now why would I even go with this girl? We get in there and her boyfriend gets into an altercation with these other people, and lo and
Oh my
behold,
God.
there but freaking little old black me.
Mm.
I just knew they was about to lynch my ass. I said, oh my gosh. I said, oh, don't worry. I said, please. Okay, good evening, bougie mom. I said, well, she was telling her boyfriend, like, don't say nothing, but the boyfriend, they had been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And so they was about to get into this altercation, and I just knew my life was over because I was looking at these country men or whatever you call them,
Mm-hmm.
looking at me like, and I was sitting there just as nervous. So from that point on, I just believe some places I don't go. That's just me. That's what makes me feel safe and keep me safe. Some places I just don't go.
Yeah. You hopefully you get older and you get wiser, and you do things a little bit, and you learn from your experiences or other people's experiences, hopefully, as you get older. But anyway, I'm looking forward to you doing those other concern. And this is a good time to do it because again, as we discussed this thing with the young Robinson girl, and my daughter lives in Charlotte, up where she lives. One of my daughters, I have two. One of them live up in Charlotte. But as we discussed this is something good to discuss. Watching your back, knowing who you're with, letting people know, I'm with this person, and letting the people around you. I always tell my daughters, if they're going out with somebody new, not only do you tell somebody who you're going out with and who you're with and what they're driving and whatever, say it in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll know that somebody know that I'm with you. So don't try nothing, that type things.
Miss Cruiser, I think that is getting to the point where people just don't care.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. You just, I really do. I believe that it's getting to the point where it's so many murders, it's so many men killing their baby mamas, their mamas, their children. There's so many women dragging their friends somewhere to be hurt or harmed or, be molested. It's just, this world is just so crazy. It just makes you leery about a lot of things. And I'm 61 years old, but I'm leery about a lot of people and a lot of things. And that's sad.
Yeah.
Because you can't be scared to live. I'm not scared to live. It's just that you to trust nowadays.
That's true. That's true. And that's awful. That's an awful world to live in because it wasn't always like this. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It wasn't always like this. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for letting me come up. I enjoyed the conversation. Let's hope we don't get it for having this conversation.
Yeah, we gonna get it.
It's all right. I'm used to it. I can tell. Listen, it's just words.
And guess what? A lot of times I don't see it.
Yeah, most times sometimes I hear about it because I do read Lipstick Alley, but I don't care because I'm gonna be right back on here when that cruise ship sell out. I'm gonna be talking about that too.
Well, and you know what? I'm surprised we didn't go on a cruise, but you'll see. We are going with other people, but you'll see.
But I'm talking about when Juicycation, when the beef take the cruise.
Shit, I ain't going on that. Diva,
I'm not going, but I'm gonna discuss it.
Listen. Diva, I don't know if she was serious, but Diva wants to go on Dovey Cruise.
Now Dovey Cruise is next month.
She missed it.
It's next month. It's about she going Memorial Day. Well, she can still get in because they don't cut off. They'll take your money all the way up until I think a week before the cruise. But
about cruises, but at one point she could, and it's some pretty cool people on here that I believe that is pretty cool, and you might have a good time with. Like you were showing me that stuff on, you was posting it, and I said, "Oh, that's some stuff I would love to do," And I was telling Diva we going to Jamaica, but I was telling her I'm trying to catch one of those Capital Jazz's cruise or either the Tom Joyner cruise.
I love group cruise. The one I go on in November every year is a group cruise. It's an old school. It's with an old school group.
You know what? I looked for some. Maybe I'll find it, Miss Cruiser. But I
I'm gonna
had
send you one because there's one going in 2024. I'm gonna send you the link for it so you
okay,
can check it out.
because I don't mind cruising, but Diva got sick on the cruising, so she
Okay.
don't want to do it. But I appreciate you so
Yeah,
much.
I'm gonna send it. And you and Deep should try to look up Hampton Jazz Fest. Y'all, that's another one. All the proceeds go towards the Hampton University, the HBCU there in Hampton, and it's all alumni. All the way from 30 all the way up to my mama's age. My mama and her Golden Girls have gone. They went 2 years in a row, in fact.
Okay.
So it's something y'all will probably enjoy too.
Yeah, I looked at that one, and and like I said, the Tom Joyner, and we gonna start paying on that one because that's one. And I like the Capital Jazz Cruise. I've been trying to get them, but if you don't book,
they fill up quick.
First, you barely get on there.
Yeah, they fill up quick. All right, let me get over to this gym and get this summer body right.
Bye, Miss Cruiser.
Bye. See you later.
Hey, Diva. You back?
Yes, I am, Mz.Teavalocity. You said I wanted to go on. You know I don't want to go on no cruise.
We was.
I get sick on the cruise. The last cruise.
I think you did, but I thought you were serious. Ain't no.
Why you so messy? No, you just being messy.
Because you know what, Diva, what I really feel, and I'm gonna get off it. I believe that, like they said about Tracy, I believe Tracy could be a fun person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my type of, but it's certain people on here I see that sound like, I can't have kids on here, Diva.
Wait, I know they not on here. They just talking in the background.
I can't have their voice, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, let me mute
it. Okay, bye. Yeah, we can't have kids, but I didn't realize that. See you later, sis. Look, she got kids. Girl, go ahead before they flag my damn video. Get on out of here. But anyway, thank you, dear. Thanks everybody for joining me. I dropped the link one more time. Miss Cruz, I will take a picture of your license plate. Yeah, there's so much stuff you could do right now. I am so afraid for sometimes for my grandchildren, especially my oldest granddaughter. Yeah, she should be good to go. But that little one, I have to tell her everybody's not your friend. Oh, could I go meet my friend? Oh, hell no, everybody ain't your friend. Tell your friend to come over here or come on a porch or something. Yeah, so it's hard for us to trust them. But next week I will be back with a young lady who got unalived here in DC, and I want to talk about it. That's all right, baby. It's already flag for no kids. And I want to talk about it because it's so much of that's happening, y'all. And believe me, I know this sound like exaggeration, but there are like hundreds of cases that pop up. I'm not lying. That's how bad it's gotten out here, where women and men of our color, women and men of color are just getting unalived in the streets left and right. And I don't even know if there's a way to stop it. But with that being said, pray for Shanquilla's Robinson mother and them. It's an unfortunate thing, but Regina kept reminding me. She said justice will be served. No, Regina was telling us, that just because they didn't get justice, then justice will prevail. I think that's what she said. JD, cut it out. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I already dropped the link. Thank you so much to Queen Diva, BB Nice, and Regina, my mods. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate Miss Cruiser and Sabrina and Diva jumping on the leak. I appreciate you guys engaging. Everybody don't like, perhaps, you're not everyone's cup of tea, and there may be some, people who don't like the way I deliver my commentary or what I call unbiased and balanced, fair commentary. I tell you how I feel, how I perceive things. It's not what you think or what you perceive. However, we can engage in a conversation and be mature about it, right? But I'm not going to change my mind. Again, both of those ladies have to take responsibility and hopefully accountability, and they can move on for whatever little kerfuffle they done had or what's going on and enjoy the rest of their trip. I call foul on both of them, point blank period, and that's how I'm gonna leave it. Thank you so much, Gaia. Thank you. I saw your message earlier. Thank you for popping by. Make sure y'all hit that like button and let's get ready to get out of here. Let me cut my music. Y'all notice I played music in the background? I did. But let me play this music and get ready to get out of here. Oh, it's the same music. Oh, wow. If you see your king's crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and your princesses. They are our joint heirs. They are our future. They are looking to inherit something other than mess, stress, and drama. I hope we are learning ways, or we are continuing to grow generational wealth. I don't know. Somebody could teach us. Let's just keep learning and try. Oh, the last done is here. Let me make sure that's JD, because I don't think she would wait for the whole show. Hey, JD, hold on, baby. That's you?
Yes. Are you about to end it?
Hey, sugar, no, what's up? Yeah, I was ending it, but I'm always here for you.
Well, no, I was only coming up because I can't believe I didn't hear about that story, the one that happened in Georgia. When did it happen?
Oh, JD, that happened maybe about, damn, that could have been about 4 years ago or more. When did that story happen? You didn't hear about the lady? She had went to sleep over with 5 other Caucasian ladies. They was doing a sleepover, and she ended up unalive. And they claimed that she had been drinking. She was out there smoking a cigarette. I'm sure you probably heard, you don't remember. She was smoking a cigarette, and is a possibility she fell over the banister.
Oh wow. Yeah, I while you was live, I went and Googled the name or
Yeah.
did a YouTube search of the name, and it's a few videos that I'm gonna check about it. But yeah, Forsyth County is the most racist county out here. And I don't know if you remember, but in the 90s, Oprah Winfrey did a show out here in Forsyth County, and that's when she was getting called all types of N words and everything. Like
No.
yeah,
You know what?
Oprah Oprah came out here and did her show in Forsyth County because no black people live there. Like I think it's only like 3% of the population is black there.
Mhm.
And they did that intentionally.
Mhm. Well, let me tell you. Remember where I think was you in here when I'm just saying I have gotten to the places I have learned in my adult life. Some places we just don't belong. I don't give a
Uh,
damn what they say. I don't care how free they say we are. Some places I just won't go, right?
mhm. Mhm.
Not when I don't see none of me, you know.
Right.
And so it reminds me of that farmer. I know you heard the story about the farmer in North Dakota that they no, in Colorado. I'm sorry, that they harassing. He had so many acres of land. Him and his wife went out there, and they black farmers, but they
Uh-huh.
in a all white area, farming area, and they live like way out there. Now I know a little bit about Colorado.
Okay.
And where they live at, you don't really see us. Now, parts of Colorado, like Colorado Springs, Denver, you got areas, those certain areas of Colorado is very diverse. Thanks.
Mhm.
It's very diverse. So you take a chance putting your land, buying land out there. But when you buy land way, way out there where it's not diverse, you open yourself up to these type of problems. So listen,
Mhm.
they're killing their cattle, right?
Uh-huh.
They are writing N words on their property. They had
Mm.
they had cameras surrounding their house, right? Surrounding their house, and
Uh-huh.
the sheriff and them made them to remove and hand over all the cameras because they said the neighbors, the Caucasian neighbors, was threatening them and making it hard for them. And they think that the Caucasian neighbors and other people around there killed their cattle. They finding their cattle dead, and some of their farming stuff gone. So they fighting real hard. I know you heard of that one because that's recent.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, Mz.Teavalocity.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look into both of those stories after your live is up, because yeah, Forsyth, nobody, and I mean nobody, black goes out there. They actually are still considered a sundown town, and they are really only about
Really?
maybe they are only like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes away from where I am. So that's
What?
why I'm shocked. Yeah, Forsyth County is on the outskirts of Atlanta.
So so just from giving the information you just said, that's no place that you traveling your black ass at nighttime by yourself or with anybody, right? Because you don't.
I done been living here for almost 10 years and I never went. Never went. I
That's
don't even want to drive through there.
you
Just
know
because when I first moved here, people warned me about that area.
really, yeah. She somehow, sometimes I'll tell you what, that perhaps she was thinking like me when I was a young girl. And I tell you, I stayed in a certain area because I thought that it was beneficial. Now, just coming from, I'm a Jersey girl, I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
beneficial for my kids,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
education wise, safety wise, diversity wise, and travel wise. Well, I raised my kids there, right? When I
Mm-hmm.
get grown, when my kids get grown, they all leave and they leave my ass there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
in the course of the conversation, I've always thought that I was doing what was best for them. But in their
Right.
adult mind, that when we was talking about, they didn't think that was best for them because I made them grow up around 90, probably 7% Caucasians.
Wow.
So yeah, and so my kids really was kind of traumatized from that. And if you hear, them talking when they was talking to me, like we hated that we were the only this and that, when we did this, we were this and that. We was very
Mm-hmm.
you kept us there, mom. You should have took us back to and I thought I was doing what was best for them. So you don't always think you're doing what's best for your child. So perhaps this lady thinking her living in that area to raise her children was a better place to raise them, and
Uh-huh.
this could be the result.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna check it out because I had no idea that that happened to
Oh yeah,
grown people.
oh
And
yeah.
especially so close to home. That's like legitimately in my backyard. But yeah, most of the black people, it's totally an unspoken rule that you don't go out there. Like you just don't.
Yep.
The that lake called Lake Lanier is actually in Forsyth County. Um,
Mhm.
and Forsyth County actually used to have a town there called Oscarville, Georgia, and it was full of wealthy black people. And
Really?
what happened was they flooded that town of black people to make Lake Lanier. So if you ever
Oh,
hear any of those news stories where people are disappearing in that water and coming up unalived and all that kind of stuff,
uh-huh.
the tales here is that it's the spirits of the ancestors who got flooded for that lake to be built that are doing so much to that lake. So that's why black people don't go to Forsyth County either.
What? Well, I'll tell you one. This is a good point, Regina. Good point. I'll tell you this. Hold on, right quick. Don't go.
Okay. She said, FYI, there are many cases involving people of color that have been closed and are never investigated or just labeled a suicide when blatant evidence says otherwise. Evil is on another level now.
It
Huh.
is evil is definitely on another level because I said it's so many cases, JD, that I really, if I had a team put together, and because I'm not that great at editing, it's so many cases I could talk to. I could talk about with unaliving of African Americans, and it's never solved. The cases are never solved because I really think that they just don't really give a damn. And like this young girl, ain't no way you have these people. You know who the people supposedly was there and who could be, the people that could have done it, and you
Uh-huh.
still haven't closed the case, and it's been 6 months now. So I want to talk about that. But yeah, some
Okay.
places we just don't belong. Like I said, I want you to look up about the black farmers in Colorado too, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look up
Telling
both
you,
of it.
I'm telling
But
you, where they at, JD, they way out there. That's not the diverse land. That's not the diverse area. Closer to the military bases are more diverse because there's plenty of military bases around the area. But they went way out there, and you have a right to purchase your land and do what you want. But sometimes you need to use common sense. You know,
I would agree. I would agree. Well, yeah, Mz.Teavalocity. Well, I'm going to get down and let you close the show, but I'm going to research those because yeah, I didn't even hear about that before.
Make sure and you do about the black farmers, because that one is the newest one, and it's getting a lot. Well, it was getting a lot of publicity. You know, that shit died down quick. You know, I said they made them give up all their security cameras and everything. You know, and so they can't even see who's on their property anymore. Wow. And I tell you, they killing their cattle and everything, and they being called racist name. I will sell that shit, but here's the deal: they probably won't get the money really for what the land is worth because of who they are.
Correct. Yeah. They will get lowballed.
They will get lowballed, and they probably thinking, "Why the hell should I have to, give up the land I work hard for to buy just because of you don't like me?" But some things is not worth fighting because they see the law is not on their side. Because it's clear, if the law took all your security cameras and didn't take the neighbors who live a mile down, who said you're harassing them and you say they harassing you, something's wrong with that picture. They destroying your evidence. Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, you have a good evening, Mz.Teavalocity. I'm going to drop down.
Thank you, baby. Okay. I like that picture, JD. Be good, baby.
Oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
No one researching. Okay. I will research that story. Thanks, baby girl. Okay, now we go close out. JD, you still here?
I'm trying to leave.
Okay, bye. Oh, everybody should know that story. Jay Dunn is right about Lake Lanier. Its trees and buildings are still underwater. Wow. Please, as people of color, know your history or it's bound to repeat itself. Exactly. I didn't know about that Lake Lanier. That's one thing I never really been strong at. History. I didn't like history in college. I didn't like it. In high school, I didn't like history, but you should know your history. But again, I'm going to say this: some places you just don't need to go and you don't belong. And I know it's hard for us to say we are free to go anywhere and do what we want. We could buy whatever. Who are they? But sometimes you just barking up the wrong tree because you really in reality just know this: you're not protected. The people that you believe and that they say should protect and serve, they just don't anymore. And it is what it is. So live accordingly. Live accordingly is not just Tulsa, Oklahoma. It happened in many areas. Majority people of color. Yeah, we get a bad rap. Okay, baby. All right. With that being said, I did say my closing spiel, but my friend jumped up here, and I always want to give her an opportunity to jump up here and be a part of the conversation if she chooses to be. All right. With that being said, we getting out here like this. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you next week with my crime time, and that's what I'll be doing some more of. I really need a team, though. Okay, bye.